You know, when you're watching a cricket match and you see a cover drive that is just so perfect, it looks like poetry? It seems totally effortless, right? Almost magical? But what if I told you that behind all that elegance is a symphony of pure hard physics? Today, we're going to break down the science that powers every single perfect shot.
So, what really is the secret? I mean, how does a batter turn a simple defensive block into an explosive six that sails over the boundary? Well, the answer is in this beautiful collision of biomechanics, energy transfer, and leverage. All right, let's get into it and see how a simple piece of wood becomes a pretty amazing scientific instrument.
First up, we've got to talk about the bat itself. It's not just a plank of willow wood, you know? It's this meticulously designed tool that's engineered to multiply force. And to really get how it works, we need to stop thinking of it as sports equipment and start thinking of it as a simple machine.
And what kind of machine? Specifically, a Class 3 lever. So here's how that breaks down. The fulcrum, that's the pivot point, is the batter's wrists. The effort is the force that your hands apply to the handle. And the load, well, that's the cricket ball, right at the moment of impact. This specific setup is the absolute key to its power. See, because the effort from your hands is happening pretty close to the pivot point in your wrists, but the impact with the ball happens way further down the bat, that design creates a huge mechanical advantage. Basically, it means the force a batter puts in at the handle gets seriously amplified by the time it reaches the ball.
So just how much amplification are we talking about here? About 4 times. That's right. The physics of the lever lets a batter multiply the force they apply at the handle by a factor of 4 at the point of impact. So think about it. The bat is already doing a massive amount of work for you before your swing even hits top speed. Okay, so the bat's a force multiplier. But where does that initial force even come from? It's not just your arms. A really powerful shot actually starts from the ground up. Let's move on to the engine behind the bat, the batter's body, which acts like this incredible kinetic chain.
This sequence, this is everything. The energy is generated from the ground, it's transferred up through the legs, and then it just explodes through this chain. It's literally like cracking a whip. The big, strong muscles in your hips and your core start the rotation, and that energy just flows from one step to the next, getting faster and faster until it's finally unleashed in that lightning-quick snap of the wrists. And that, of course, brings us to the swing itself. This is the moment where all that stored-up potential energy from your body's kinetic chain gets converted into pure kinetic energy. And the result is just incredible speed at the tip of the bat. And the range of speed a batter can generate is just mind-blowing. For, say, a controlled defensive shot, the tip of the bat might be moving at around 90 kilometers per hour. But for an all-out power hit, a slog over the boundary, that speed can jump all the way up to 160 kilometers per hour. That is faster than the speed limit on most highways. And now we're here, the moment of truth. This is the climax of all this physics in motion. The bat, traveling at an insane speed, finally meets the ball. And this isn't just a hit. It's a super high energy collision that happens in, quite literally, the blink of an eye. And I mean that, I'm not exaggerating. The entire time the ball is actually touching the bat is just half a millisecond, 0.0005 seconds. The level of timing and precision you need to make that single moment count is just, it's staggering. So during that tiny window of time, the average force being slammed into that ball is immense. We are talking about 11,000 newtons of force. To put that into perspective for you, that's like hitting the ball with about 2,500 pounds of force. It's an absolutely explosive transfer of energy. With that much force flying around, what does the batter actually feel? I mean, why does one shot feel perfectly clean, just pure, while another one sends this awful, painful sting vibrating all the way up your arms? Well, the answer is all about where on the bat that impact happens. This is the magic of the sweet spot. And it's not some myth, it's real physics. It's this special point on the bat where 2 things line up perfectly. Something called the center of percussion, which is the ideal point to strike something without a jarring reaction, and a vibration node, which is just a point that doesn't vibrate on impact. So when you hit the ball right there, you get the perfect outcome. Maximum energy goes into the ball for the highest possible speed, and you feel almost zero sting in your hands. A mishit? That's the exact opposite. Not much power and a whole lot of painful vibration. So after looking at the bat, the body, the swing, and the impact, can we actually boil it all down?
Is there some kind of formula for the perfect cricket shot? Well, in terms of physics, yeah, there absolutely is. So what are the ingredients? It's all about everything working together. You have to have a stable base, a low center of mass, so you can draw power from the ground. Then that power has to flow up through your body in that perfectly timed sequence to get insane bat speed. The impact has to be dead on the sweet spot for that clean, powerful transfer of energy. And finally, a full follow-through makes sure every last bit of force gets pushed into the ball.
When you see all those pieces working together in perfect harmony, it just becomes so clear. Every single element of a great cricket shot really is a dance of physics, where levers and momentum and energy all come together in one fluid, powerful motion.
Which kind of leaves us with one last question. When we watch a master batter at work, are we seeing incredible athletic artistry? Or are we watching a perfect application of physical law? You know, the beautiful answer, of course, is that it's both. And knowing the science behind it all just makes the art that much more amazing to watch.